Curve's gone. Bottom lane is wide open. They could go for that Jhin once again.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if it be the Jhin and the Xin Zhao that they decide to go towards with just a good answer to the Lee Sin. You can win those early skirmishers, and it works out pretty well for you. So at least now, there's the Jhin, there's the Xin, and looks like we're gonna get exactly that.
Yeah, we do finally see the Jhin Zhao locked in. Beautiful stuff. I entertain myself anyway. I find me funny, and that's all that matters. Over to the side of Weibo, as they need to lock a bottom lane in. And hovering a Varus. This, I don't know if it'd be the first Varus we've seen all split. I think so.
I think we've seen it already.
Actually, no, there's been one. And it lost. So we'll have to wait and see if Huanfeng is willing to go for that one. Certainly a pick that we know Huanfeng for, right? When we think of Huanfeng, especially in 2020, huge on that lethality Varus. So could be a big pick.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? Jhin, the whole thing that he's kind of good at is strong laning phase, but also being able to play at long range. Varus can answer for a lot of that early push in the laning phase, and also then sets you up with an answer for the long range as well. Surprised, honestly, they didn't go for the Corki. I thought the whole plan here was going to go Varus, Corki, maybe offer for the Jace in top side as well for the TheShy if you really wanted to, but not going to be the case. And it looks like FoFo going to go back towards having a little bit more control from the mid lane as they hover the LeBlanc briefly, but I am an idiot and should never talk about hovers. So they go for Leona.
Yeah, come on, Rob, you idiot. I was excited too. I saw FoFo, I saw LeBlanc. I was like, I'm in. Let's lock it. Let's go. They're not going to go for it. We're going to go to the bans. It's going to be Crisp going with the Leona once more. So the exact same support matchup as last game. Crisp definitely got into On's head with the emote game. Did not manage to win out that support matchup. We'll see if that can change for game number 2. It's going to be a Graves ban hit for BLG. And for the side of Weibo, it feels like fairly, I guess, skirmish heavy for the composition right now. What would you expect to be banned?
I would be surprised to see maybe a Corki ban, to be honest. I think you've got options on both sides to play at long range, and Corki, a super strong mid lane blind pick, and when you've already got a good amount of range on Jhin, adding that with the Corki and kind of just setting up for a really strong team fight always a good option. But actually going to be banning away top laners, so it looks like Weibo more eyeing up for the TheShy to go to this blind pick Gwen again. So could go with like something like the Camille ban once more and just allow the TheShy to have control on Gwen if this mid lane Corki pick, or at least a blind pick mid lane, is going to come through on BLG side.
Yeah, question. Jack's taken off. It's, as you say, definitely suggests a potential Gwen. But the question is if you're allowing that to go over, because that could just be breathed blind. We'll have to wait and see what the top lane bans are going to be. 5 seconds. Weibo to lock this one in. They're thinking about it hard, but it is going to be the Jace taken off the board.
Okay, so yeah, I imagine they're kind of worried about, hey, look, maybe we get the Corki and then they can still go for the Jace for breathe. Jace can do reasonably well into that Gwen in the early stages, and you end up with a really strong poke composition for BLG. We'll have to see exactly what BLG are going to lock in here. I think Corki, phenomenal option. I mean, he's super strong. Does both poke, does the team fight well, like, why the hell not? But they're actually going to steal away the Gwen from the TheShy. So now the question is, what the TheShy want to go for? I would actually love to see a the Zoe and potential for a Jace pick here for Weibo, because I think Jace works really well against the Gwen. And if you go towards the Zoe, right, like, you actually have a ton of long-range poke that you can go for. Viktor fitting the same kind of caliber, except offering a bit more zone control, and I think it could work pretty well for you here for Weibo.
Certainly could, but it's going to be the Viktor locked in here, and Akali being offered. That would be exciting to be seen up in the top lane, or it could be Viktor top as well. We have to remember that Viktor has been seen in the top lane this season, so plenty of flexibility for the side of Weibo. And remember, if that Akali is locked in, the TheShy can play Akali, so can Angel. We've seen it plenty of times before, and it is going to be locked in. I think that's Angel taking Akali to the mid lane. I think that's a Viktor top.
I mean, there's definitely the potential, right? We talked about, like, struggles for Gwen in AP matchups. Viktor has a ton of zone control as well that can make it a little bit of a nuisance for the Gwen to try and find those plays, but we'll have to see exactly what the plan is going to be. And honestly, if we aren't sure, FoFo definitely isn't, so I'm again curious to see what FoFo decides to go with. We'll go with the LeBlanc just to be like, look, if it's Akali, maybe I can get some quick trades in. And against Viktor, prior to this season, LeBlanc was actually in a really good spot to go against the Viktor, but not really seeing too much success now for LeBlancs anymore against the Viktor in that 1v1. But it is actually going to be the Viktor top, it looks like, although we'll hold on until we get confirmation. But at least in that respect, TheShy going to be opting in towards what he has kind of in his back pocket as a counter for the Gwen.
But also, let's just like zoom out for a second. Look at these two comps, Dagda. Our complaint in the last game
of styles that it can actually excel at.
And let's be honest, in the LPL, quite often it is just a matter of whoever has the more obvious win condition often just wins the game. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the case here today. I do want to point out Huanfeng going for that lethal tempo. So this is very likely to be the on-hit version of Varus. Very likely to go like shield bow into Rage Blade, you know, Wit's End, this kind of thing. Which certainly a very nice build when you're against LeBlanc and Gwen. You're going to need that sustain. You're going to need that MR.
I feel like there's going to be like kind of off standard builds for a couple of these, like Huanfeng, as you pointed out. I feel like for TheShy, although it is kind of, I suppose, standard, at least it was coming into the season, the Crown of the Shattered Queen, I feel like is going to be very much needed for TheShy, just because he needs to both survive the all-in potential from Breathe, but also the potential of the burst damage from FoFo if FoFo starts to roam up topside. So it'll definitely be an interesting one for Weibo, and I'm excited to see if they can make this composition work, because like there are so many moving parts, and as you said, like skirmishes can go really well topside for Weibo, and they've got like Huanfeng who can deal some serious damage on the Varus in team fights if he's allowed access to them, but it just feels like there's so many different things that could go wrong, whereas BLG's is very much more standard in their composition.
Yeah, definitely the case. And I mean, when it comes to things like just setting up for objectives and things, having a Jhin there with big carries that can jump forward like the LeBlanc, I mean, it's as simple as being able to zone people away and then try and burst people down.
It feels like a large portion of this game is actually going to be on Breathe, because the more I'm thinking about like the zone control that Huanfeng and TheShy offer, if you're trying to jump in as like WeiWei or FoFo, it's very easy to get locked up with all the zone control that like TheShy and Huanfeng offer. Whereas when you look at Breathe, he can bypass a lot of it, right? Because it's two ranged carries that are trying to lock you up. So in theory, that Shroud should be pretty good for Gwen. So I think a large portion of this game is actually going to come down to how Breathe operates in these fights.
Yeah, Huanfeng throws out the chain of corruption. Gwen is immune. The old classic. Yeah, we'll have to see how Breathe is going to be able to operate in these fights. If he can be that carry. SofM getting invaded here by WeiWei. It's going to be a smite off for the blue buff. But SofM, WeiWei doesn't care about the blue buff. He just wants a 1v1 right here. SofM chunked down low, but trying to turn it back around. WeiWei chases over the wall. Flash under the tower. Oh my days, it's a close one, and now TheShy's moving down. He wants to finish this jungler off, but SofM is going to commit to his recall, and now TheShy in a 2v1. Angel's trying to move over, but he's too late to the party. And it means WeiWei wins out, and it's the first blood for the Zhao. Now in the bottom lane as well, Weibo are caught out on low on HP, gets the shield out at the last possible second, and he will survive, but only just.
I mean, you say Angel tried to move across. I don't think Angel really tried to move across that play. That kind of seemed like a little bit of miscommunication between the two solo lanes for Weibo. And bot side though, BLG, they can still look for some SofM, trying to see if you can move in, sneak in behind Doggo and Crisp, trying to press their advantage in this bottom lane.
Crisp could be in trouble. He's trying to get a ward out now, but he's just going to step straight into the Lion's jaws. But SofM doesn't go for it. We'll be able to... No, can't even clear the ward. Oh, it's a disaster. It's a complete disaster for WeiWei on the bottom side. Can't even go for the Skull of Crab because WeiWei's here. And now SofM's the one caught out. Once again, rooted up. This time, no flash available. And Doggo will surely finish the kill off. And that's 2 for 0 in favor of BLG. It's all gone wrong for SofM.
I mean, good race start from BLG, right? WeiWei knows, hey, look, I can 2-camp into the... 3-camp into the topside jungle here for SofM. I'll have the advantage because I have the better skirmishing power in the early stages. And because FoFo has control of mid, yes, Angel takes a little bit longer to come across, but I think that topside play was just super messy from Weibo. And again, SofM tries to make a play bot, but WeiWei coming off of the kill, the reset as well there for him. He's in a great spot with that pickaxe to win out in the 3v3 bot. So really nice job from BLG just to play off the fact their jungler is stronger right now.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. And it feels like WeiWei has a squad that knows how to support him, right? He's been so aggressive in this matchup, going for that invader on the top side, but knew his team was there to back him up. TheShy tried to help out SofM, but as you say, Angel is just like, sorry guys, you're on your own for this one. Just dipped. So TheShy kind of getting left out to dry by his new mid laner. And you know, when you've played with Rookie for years, you're gonna just instinctively know that your mid laner will abandon ship in the mid lane to save you. He will go well out of his way to sacrifice himself in your name. Maybe Angel and Rookie are not the same player.
I was gonna say Angel had already pushed in the wave. So if personally, I would have dipped on 2 minions, maybe 3 minions to get there, you know? That's all I'm saying. Because I honestly think they would have won that trade. Like, Breathe was fully pushed in underneath his top tower. WeiWei was pretty low. They could have won that too.
TheShy. I'm criticizing Angel.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm criticizing Angel as well. But WeiWei coming back top side. He's a man on a mission this game.
Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Level 6 for TheShy. Does have a lot of damage, but WeiWei goes slightly wide on his play. And actually, SofM is here too, but so is FoFo in the tri-brush. He's going to go on SofM and he gets the
FoFo.
I mean, the throw. Oh, SofM just can't catch a break.
Look at the difference. It's a 600 gold lead for WeiWei. That's so much gold and experience that has just been gone into the ether for SofM. A level advantage for WeiWei, the gold advantage. It's all gone disastrously for SofM. And this was the first pick Lee Sin. This was the pick they were like, we don't care about the matchup. SofM will win it out. But BLG are playing so well through this.
And I feel like we're seeing little whisperings of Sunic here, where we've drafted this composition that doesn't necessarily have priorities in lane, doesn't necessarily have a strong early game. They're like, look guys, chill out, we farm, we scale, we win it in the late game on a crazy Baron, you know? That's the kind of composition that I'm seeing now that we're watching this early game pan out. It is going to be SofM starting to streak off. Hopefully should be able to just continue this one contested as WeiWei moves through the mid lane. Angel could be in trouble. Uses the Twilight Shroud. Still has his splash available. Maybe we'll commit to something here, but yeah, I don't know about that one. It's going to be a smite onto the Drake though, just in time as SofM will grab the Drake and get on out of there. Dagda, I'm scared. I'm scared for this Weibo team because how can you look that good at game number 1 and then look like this for game number 2? What happened? What changed?
Well, we said already, like, right, their draft is super funky to begin with. And 2, just lack of work in between the lanes, right? I actually think that if we had Angel move across the shine,
Christmas found Christmas found one point with the solar flare on. It's gonna die here. And full shot goes ever so slightly wide, but it doesn't matter. Another successful play. BLG 4-0. I think BLG might have taken that first game a little personally.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stop like harping on about what Weibo. Like the fact we're not getting interaction between the lanes. This is traditional Weibo. It's sad to see because I thought we'd get more after watching the WBG series, but Huanfeng actually maybe bringing it back against Doggo. Predict.
Huanfeng's just got a solo kill onto Doggo. So there are positives here for Weibo.
Yeah,
just absolutely rinsed him. You know, I love Huanfeng. I'm always happy to hype up Huanfeng, and when he does stuff like that, it makes it real easy.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here is getting some control back on the map, right? Like Huanfeng being able to actually set up, hey, look, we have a bot lane that we can play around. We still have a dragon for ourselves. So Weibo, at least that is a silver lining for them. But for BLG, they are continuing to command this top side of the map. And then we got Crisp and WeiWei here when SofM is trying to make it.
Reads starting the all-in, but SofM's already here, kicks him away, tries to finish the kill off, but it's a Gwen. You can't do any damage to him. And On won't be able to do much of anything on this one, although TheShy does proc the Chaos Storm. That's a lot of damage down onto WeiWei, who just commits onto TheShy, but protected by his jungler is TheShy. Angel's here as well. Chris just wants to escape, but I don't think you get out of this one. Perfect execution available. He's underneath the tower, and it looks like Angel won't pull the trigger.
Okay, so now we get that movement coming through from Weibo. It took a little bit of time to get there, but you've got the support from on that top side, linking up with SofM and turn around that top play. Huanfeng, though, needs to be careful in the mid. He's just rotated up to make sure that he's supporting this Rift Herald play, but needs to get back to top side, because look at the bot lane. Doggo being left alone with those plates. And you can see now that Huanfeng is going to start that trek down to the bot side.
Definitely a neutral objective. I'm not sure if it's Dragon, Baron, Herald. It's one of them. It's definitely a thing.
My!
Here we go. I mean, this is just brutal. Doggo.
Look at this predict though. That was so sick. The predict on the E, just being able to go. You're definitely going to flash this, so sets it up. It's so nice. But again. All right, Huanfeng now in the bot lane. Doggo got the 3 plates because Weibo committed everything towards that Rift Herald. So in the grand scheme of things, you're already kind of answering for that Rift Herald play, which is why with the early plays and the plates, BLG are sitting about a 2,000 gold lead. I want to see what the plan is here from SofM though, because I feel like you power through your strong side of the map, play through Huanfeng, set him up. But I wouldn't be surprised if they end up just trying to plunk this mid, because Weibo definitely a team that oftentimes would just try to double use the Rift Herald mid to crack open that mid lane turret.
Yeah, crucially recall sets in that bottom side as well. I want to just quickly point something out before we move too far away from that AD carry 1v1. I want to point out that Huanfeng actually used his WQ super early in the fight, so didn't get maximum effectiveness out of the execute. But it's because it's so easy to dodge the Q, right? And saving that is your final move when the enemy has flash is never a good play. So saving the E to proc the blight stacks on the second part of the play is actually so smart from Huanfeng to hold on to that and use the E second instead of first, just to play around the flash.
Shy, got nowhere to go.
Yeah, the Breed just going to commit to this one. Does have Chaos Storm right now. The Shy has a lot of burst damage. Maybe he can just finish off Breed, but it's not going to happen. Not enough damage just yet. He did only have boots, actually. Now I look at his inventory, so maybe not quite as much burst as I'm leading everyone to believe.
And with that play going on to the top side, now Weibo starting to lose control of the map, at least again on this top end, right? Shy goes down, FoFo's getting plates mid. You're still looking at only a single plate, I believe, taken on this bottom side now for Weibo. And we got to see, again, where's this Rift Herald going? I would like to go bot side, try and make a play there, but it really does seem like SofM's kind of just scrambling to pick up whatever CS and experience he can off of being set behind early.
He's got that Herald.
Or maybe not. Maybe he just wants to sit in the bush.
I'm not going to lie. He's getting XP, which is better than what's happening the rest of the game so far for SofM. So maybe that's the safest place for him. He's just going to chill there. I mean, let's be honest. If you're Breed, you're not predicting this. Who would predict this? As SofM now going to look for the kick, but it's not going to happen. Just going to force speed away. And I guess they're just going to commit to this one and trade it for a Drake. In the meantime, Chris onto On in the bottom side as WeiWei finishes that Drake off. Huanfeng tries for the steal, but it's not going to happen. On almost gets rooted out there, will get caught up and I think finished off by Doggo, but actually a stopwatch to turn things around. He will still go down, but hey, held on longer than you would have expected. And now the Herald charge up in this top side. TheShy getting a bunch of extra gold from these plates. FoFo had to move up. And once again, Angel, he's just chilling in that mid lane. He does not care about what's happening on the map.
I will say FoFo did push him in this time, so I respect the fact that he had to get a wave, but again, like FoFo, because of that shove in mid, is having more impact map state, holding up Breathe on this top end, making sure that that tower top actually doesn't go down, and now with turret plates falling, FoFo isn't as worried about Angel taking the turret plates.
SofM in trouble here. Ward jump gets him out to safety. In the meantime, Huanfeng caught out. WeiWei finishes that kill off. Had to flash for it, but all that worth. 7-2 on the scoreboard. This is a 3,000 gold lead for BLG. And this is more of what we wanted to see in game number 1. This is the BLG that we were hoping for. They feel coordinated. It feels like they know what they want to do to try and win this game.
And it's going to be trying to shut down the last remaining kind of bastion of hope for Weibo, right? Like, Bilibili already winning mid and top side of the map, so just shutting down Huanfeng now actually is a big win for them. Yes, TheShy managed to pick up turret plates and a few kills there, but he's already been set pretty far behind, so it's not going to be too much of a factor. You've also answered for the turret plate on bot side, so overall, Bilibili, they're looking strong across the board, and with a 3,000 gold lead picked up for themselves, the potential for a Rift Herald that's going to be spawning fairly soon as well, it's feeling all right for BLG.
It's feeling exceptional for BLG. It's already feeling dicey as hell for Weibo, because it's not just the score at the top of the board, right? 3,000 gold, you know, it's not that crazy at 15 minutes. But when you look individually across the board, everyone's behind. Everyone across the side of the Weibo is behind. So they need to find a pick. They need to find something magical. On! That was clean. Dodges the solar flare, and then the W hits, but obviously none of the damage to the solar flare went through, so it's not a root. And it anchors away to the wall. Very nicely done. Bit of fancy footwork.
I mean, at least you're able to kind of combat BLG there, right? It all grouped up to try and shove in mid. Breed shoving out on the spot lane as well. So we're going to get the resets coming through from BLG. And I want to see them try and spread out into a 1-3-1, right? Breed having control over this side lane, especially in the long lane like that. With the ghosts available for both TheShy and Breed, he should be able to chase down TheShy relatively easy. And LeBlanc, well, she can try and look for picks on towards Angel, especially with the gold advantage and level advantage that she has.
So now we're looking at a point in the game where everyone's finishing a move, except for support. So, doesn't have flash right now. Could be in a big amount of trouble. That's going to be Chain of Corruption used by Huanfeng. It's not really enough. On gets caught out once again. I mean, that's just going to be out for BLG, surely.
Yeah, I mean, BLG just quick pick and that's it. I gotta say though,
loves
like
that vote.
This is what we're talking about for BLG though, right? Like, you control the mid push, you control the side lanes, so you're going to be in a pretty good spot to make sure that you're able to set yourself up for this Rift Herald. And I actually wanted to highlight, as I say that, we're going to get Scorpion taken away, but Angel actually has the Everfrost picked up, so he's not going for like your more standard that we see, like the Night Harvester or the Rocket Belt. You're going to be able to play more utility with this, but your damage is going to take a pretty sizable hit. And when your composition kind of seems to be built around a lot of burst, I would have preferred it. I can understand the thought process though if they're just going for full zone control.
WeiWei might be caught out though, as SofM's trying to find the pick for his team. Angel actually flashing forward to try to follow up, but the Sonic Wave goes wide. And Angel has to commit the ulti to this one. Angel finishing that kill off, has perfect execution. Shuriken lands onto FoFo. He's not going to commit for the time being. It will just be the red buff stolen away. A kill onto the enemy jungler. 1-for-1 in the play overall. And TheShy, once again, in the early stages of the games, is just not having a good time.
And again, you're still losing out on the map, right? BLG, they're pushing in bot side. They're getting vision control for this dragon that's up in 20 seconds. And WeiWei will be up perfectly fine and in time for it. So for BLG, they're just opting in towards, hey, we'll trade top side for where the dragon's going to be. And I can kind of understand here for Weibo that they wanted to see if they could make a play, trade it for that dragon pressure. But because TheShy gets caught out, it's really not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we see Crisp arrive at the last portion of that fight, but I'm not sure he actually made a difference. I'm pretty sure Breathe just wins that 1v1 anyway, so just a massive overstep from TheShy at that point. At least he does have teleport available, so maybe some kind of play can happen. We'll have the ultimate available for this next fight. It is that second level on Chaos Storm. That's when it really starts to hammer home, so we'll have to see. If Weibo are even willing to contest, I'd be surprised though, honestly, because it feels like they're just so far behind. It feels impossible to win a fight here.
Red team has slain the
I mean, the Viktor pick, although nice, isn't really working out. There you got dragons going the way of BLG. You're
surprise play bot lane onto FoFo. He's caught out of position. What a play from Weibo. I'm not sure they actually win this fight though. It's 1-for-1 so far, but health bars are low and Huanfeng's in full retreat. SofM on the wrong side of the play. Look, it looks really cool. It was exciting. It wasn't good though, because now SofM, he's running into enemy territory, and Doggo grabs himself that kill. Angel, in the meantime, is split pushing, trying to get a tier 2 up in this top side to answer in some way, but realistically, he's Akali. He's not exactly good at shredded down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice idea from Weibo, but it is still a 2-for-1. There's not really much pressure they can get done on the map, and BLG managed to just pick themselves up and dust themselves off. So now you got Breathe with 2 kills, and he's taken over in these side lanes. So you see here, right? Like, it's a nice idea, hiding in that Chemtech fog, making sure you're able to find the pick, but there's just too many members of BLG coming in too quickly, too much CC, and the long range that you can have the likes of Jhin join in changes this dynamic very, very quickly. Yeah. So, unfortunately for Weibo, these picks just aren't really going their way so far.
That frog is haunting Weibo at this point. Every time someone messes up, they just drop the frog. Yeah, I don't know. I like the play. The play was cool. It wasn't good, but it was cool. And I don't think Weibo maybe just accepted a loss on this one and are kind of just trying to make cool stuff happen, right? And I think that's one of the things that you see a lot of top teams do. When they start to fall massively behind and it doesn't feel like it's a winnable game, they'll start to make more coin flippy plays. And I feel like that's what happens. Let's see if we can one-shot FoFo. And if we can get away with it, fantastic. We're suddenly in a good spot. Chain of Corruption goes wide. And Crisp hit by the Sonic Wave, but no follow-up for the resonating strike there. In the meantime, just a trade of towers across the board as TheShy is bottom lane right now. SofM needs to rejoin his team, dodges the root, but the stun comes through from Crisp. And now the curtain call comes on in. Angel in all kinds of trouble. The perfect execution gets him out to safety. SofM might not be so lucky as he chases FoFo in the 1v1. And now BLG collapse and shred through the Sooning health bars. I meant Weibo, not Sooning. Sorry, guys. It's now over to the Baron as BLG take over.
Old habits die hard, but it turns out Weibo
do.
die fairly easily if you're BLG. Baron goes over their direction. And again, this is easy for BLG to operate off of. They win side lanes, they win the mid push, especially with Baron. And you can be damn sure that they're going to start spreading out across the map and making it incredibly difficult for Weibo to answer. I don't know how, have objective bounties in just yet. It feels like that's what Weibo need right now, but there's just nothing to be found.
Yeah, there really isn't. Like, we need a miracle. We need a miracle for Weibo if they're going to get back into this game. They do scale decently well, but I'm not sure it's well enough at this point. And Crisp has been so on point with Leona this game. Like, it feels like he is constantly in the right place at the right time and just denying anything On wants to do.
And there's just nothing that Weibo can do here, right? They're already super far behind. They're caught out in every different angle. And now, especially with like the Chemtech Dragon as well, trying to spot out where BLG are is so difficult. Trying to contest dragons is so difficult. It's why this Soul is so obnoxious to play against when you're behind.
And I'm kind of disappointed at the lack of impact Angel's been able to have so far this game. I remember at Worlds, Akali was such a prolific pick. As On is just gone again. He doesn't seem to be able to catch a break on this one as SofM now getting chunked out as well. Angel once again just kind of stood at the side. I don't know how he had vision on that ward. Was that completely hidden? The control ward was behind that ward, completely pixel perfect. I swear my brain is doing somersaults right now. It's going to be a continued siege in the mid lane from BLG as they just hammer home with this Baron. And honestly, this game is looking hopeless for Weibo.
I mean, it has been for a little while, and the fact that BLG have been so relentless in pushing their advantage forward, like getting picked from the jungle, getting vision control, keeping side lanes in play, it's just not giving Weibo really an opportunity to find moments where they can try and trade across the map, and unless it's, you know, TheShy dying alongside them. So for BLG, Dragon now in 20 seconds, and they have reset a little late, so maybe Weibo can get into a position and like contest this, like look for a steal with SofM over the wall, delay the game out a little bit. But regardless of how it goes, it just feels like BLG, even just from team fighting, is going so.
SofM's caught again, and On's anchor goes slightly wide, and actually it's TheShy caught out on the bottom side of the fight. WeiWei happy to take that one. Now On will be caught with the chains, goes in with the anchor, gets a knock off onto Doggo, but it doesn't matter. Huanfeng does not have the damage at this point in the game to be able to answer back, and Crisp knows it, just charging forwards underneath the tower, happy to step on in as BLG will start to blast this base wide open. First inhibs go down. I don't think they can end the game just yet, but they can certainly lay their claim to the bottom side of the map.
And I mean, they're going to get themselves on towards the soul point for Chemtech as well. And if you've got 2 health bars and BLG is already dealing with trouble dealing with one of them, it's going to make things a hell of a lot easier for you to end this game. So you've now got the opportunity for that in 5 minutes. Baron going to be spawning in 3 minutes as well. That feels like with BLG having control of the map, Breathe sends himself bot side. You've got LeBlanc who can push out top and then just move in with BLG to start taking over this top side and do exactly what you did on the bot side to secure Dragon, except flip and reverse for top.
And just look how different this team feels for BLG when they're ahead, right? When they have lanes that they can play through, when they have Doggo playing this more supportive role with actual strong carries to support, this is what it feels like should have been happening in game number 1, right? And now Chris just goes in once again. He sees on, he sees red, and he goes. Huanfeng chased down by FoFo as well. WeiWei there to finish that kill off. In the meantime, Angel on the back line, but he just doesn't do any damage. Taken out comfortably on Alone in the World, finished off. SofM escapes with his life, but that is all he will have remaining. It's 20-4 on the scoreboard, almost a kill a minute in the game, and BLG, they get their first game win of the split. They come back in style in this series against Gwen.
Playing with their food a little bit as they go from the end, flashing across the board the emotes as the end of the game. It feels like, you know what, they are playing for the live streaming service Bilibili, so they gotta have the remote game on point. But strong point from BLG. The fact